Going to start a podcast, a weekly podcast on Weiss Schwarz stuff. This is meant to be just casual, and I'm going to be talking with my friends, and we're going to be going over just topics on whatever. So this week we're just going to be talking about the English format in general. So if you guys haven't noticed yet, my name is Beanley, and my favorite deck to play is Boats and Hoes, Kantai Girls. So yeah, Jenna, it's your turn.
Oh, thanks for saying my name, so I don't have to say it. Yeah, I'm Jenna, and I like to play Love Live and Little Busters as well, if we're going to go into the JP meta.
And I'm Enrique, and I like to play Tulud Rue.
So, well, we'll just get started then. So what do you guys think of Nisemonogatari that just came out?
Well, Monogatari is one of my favorite series, and it doesn't really do much for the series, honestly.
Yeah.
There's, like, 2 cards that can be put into the new build with the new Monogatari second series set that came out in JP recently. But, like, I'm not gonna lie, you can basically just buy that booster and a couple of cards from, like, the first set and from Nisemonogatari, and you don't even really need those cards, but you can use them.
It's like KC2. Kantai Collection.
Like what?
It's like Kantai Collection too.
Definitely like Kantai Collection too, except there was a good set before that one came out, so.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have just skipped it and just went straight to Monogatari.
Yeah. They could have, but I think it's a good sign that they released Nisemonogatari in English, honestly, because I think that means that there's a good chance that since it was kind of like simultaneously released alongside the JP one, Monogatari second series, because I believe they lost the license to it and they got it back, so that's why they had recently put it in. But I think it's a good sign. I think it means that we're going to end up getting it hopefully by the end of this year, but maybe early next year.
It's kind of weird also how they skip sets, like the way that we're getting Nisei, and then like soon we'll get like Unlimited Blade Works too, and that was pretty new in JPN as well. So
yeah, we got Unlimited Blade Works really close with the Japanese releases. Really, like within like 2 or 3 months of when it came out, I believe we got it, and like people knew Unlimited Blade Works 2 was coming, and then suddenly it got released, and then now it's coming in English pretty soon. But I think that's good. I think I want us to get to the point with JP Weiss English Weiss, where we release the sets that have come out in JP pretty close afterwards.
Definitely. I feel like the meta in English is way too fast, and it needs to catch up to the JP side where it's more technical and it slows down a lot. It makes the players actually think.
Yeah, there's just not enough variety right now, honestly.
You can tell there's a difference in like I feel like English is more like aggro based and like JP is more like defensive, I'd say.
Because you notice Kantai is like the only thing that here that's actually like technical, and it's like you notice all the Kantai players take their time. Where a lot you see like Attack on Titan players are just smashing down Mikasas or like the Levi squad and just smashing you in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because they're just such like not mirrored but parallel type sets, like opposites. Well, parallel is not the same as opposite, but like it's just like one is just so like power hungry and one of them is like so technical. And I think that kind of works with the like series, honestly. Like Kantai Collection's more like a tactical game in a way.
That is true. It kind of does make sense.
So, you guys want to talk about the level 1 Kaiki? That's in Nisemonogatari.
Yeah, I have a couple cards that I think that are good in Nisemonogatari now, like with just this set and the original Bakemonogatari set. Some cards I think are pretty good, and some cards that will be good with the Monogatari second series coming, if it does come out. Hopefully it will, but I'm assuming it will, but we'll see. Like, Kaiki I think he's not really good right now. He's a good card to get before the new set comes out, but right now there's not really any cards he synergizes well with. Like, you can throw him in a deck to push through and make sure you, like, can destroy your opponent's card and waiting room them, but I think that card is going to be specifically good when the Hanakawa Clock Shooter comes out to assure that you can get your Clock Shoot with ease, and it's good, especially, like, I'm assuming Kaiki's going to be really good against TLR because you can pop the what is her name, Mikan?
Mika?
The like 500, she's like 500 or whatever.
The Brainstormer? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can pop some good cards. Like, can you kill Levi with him? I think you can kill the Levi assist with him.
I thought Levi's 1,000. I'm pretty sure he's.
I think he might. You know, maybe he is 1,000. I'll check, but I mean, he can kill the minus 500 is not like the biggest utility, but I mean, he can hit back row, and that's what makes it unique.
That's why I've noticed.
But obviously.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say like that's why I noticed the difference between like Levy, the one in Attack on Titan. It's minus 1,000, but it has to be like somewhere in the front row. But like Kaiki is just anywhere on the field, which is good. So
it's really good.
Oh yeah, you're right. It killed the Levy. If
he has 500.
Yeah, unless they have like another Levy, so that Levy would have gotten a boost. But
yeah, I mean he's really good. I really like that card specifically for the newer build, but I can see if people want to run it in the Nisemonogatari builds, he can fit in to push through for damage and to try to kill some.
I mean, I'd probably
like
run
side
him in
cards.
the next Itagi deck. I was like, thinking if I ever built a deck for Nisemonogatari, I'd probably build the level 1 Itagi that blind stocks.
Yeah.
And then,
that card's really that's a really good card. I forgot that on my list, but that card is so good.
Do you guys think like the ideal back row for like English Baki in general would be like a Kaiki and the Hanakawa assist, or like a
I really think the Hanakawa assist is still good. I think it's like once you get to Monogatari Second Series, it's kind of hard to push through with that card. But
I mean,
definitely that card is like one of the best assist cards I've ever seen in the English meta.
Yeah.
Like, well, I wouldn't call it meta card, but if that card was in any other set, it would be in like all the good builds. I think. It's an incredibly strong doubler and one of the better assists in the game. It's just so powerful to just tap your cards for free and just give 1,000 power.
Yeah.
But obviously as you were saying, the blind stock Kirigi, that's a really good card. It's basically identical to the Twins card where you tap 2 and then you get the blind stock. And it really helps with Monogatari because they do need the stock for their late game.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to be running the level 3 Ski in your Nisemonogatari deck. That card's 3 stock, so.
Yeah. I was like overall kind of like I know what I was expecting with Nisei, but for like the Spire Sisters in general, I thought like they would have like some like cooler effects. I mean, are they supposed to be based off like flavor?
What?
Like you know how the one that restands, like if it gets reversed or whatever, is that supposed to be like related to like a flavor and Monogatari?
Yeah, that's a big flavor card because she regenerates. She can't die.
I see.
Like it was a strong card before Clock Shooters, I'm assuming, because I mean it's a 3 soul beater that's 6 around on the field.
And if your opponent has like a level 2, you can just side for 1 if your opponent's at like 3/6 as well. So
yeah, it's a pretty. I think it's a good card, but it is really stock hungry. I only really won 2 in my Nisemonogatari deck. I like my Nisemonogatari deck. I think it runs pretty decently for what the cards that are in it. I've been looking around on the groups and I've seen some people talking about cards they think are good in the new Nisemonogatari set. And no one really mentions the 3/2 Karen, but I think that's one of the better level 3s in the set, honestly. I mean, she's better than the Mikasa. She can come out early through change, but I don't really like running vanilla change cards that just come down and change for like a bunch of costs. So I kind of omitted it from my deck, but I mean, it's really powerful to give your characters 2,000 power when they swap. Like, that's more than any other swapper that I've seen, at least. And, well, it's the only swapper in English besides Mikasa. Mikasa doesn't give power, if I recall correctly, so. But, I mean, it's a defensive card. It's a green card. Green is defensive. Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's really good. It doesn't heal. Like, something I've noticed with my Nisemonogatari deck is none of the cards heal, but if you run the Shinobu, it heals. I'm running green-red Fire Sisters build, so. But another good card would be the Hanakawa Searcher. It's like identical to the Love Live Searcher, where with Climax combo, you pay 1. When you attack, you search your deck for a character. That's strange. And yeah, I mean, it's not like the best searcher in the universe, but it's better than the one that we had previously.
Oh, so it's like a party invite.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some other halfway. Like these are pretty good cards that could make it into like a final Monogatari deck with the new set. The Mioi card, it's a level 0 card. When you have 4 or more EXP, when it's on play, you can salvage 1, discard 1. So it's like, it's pretty good, but you do need to be at least level 2 to use it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it could be good at endgame.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it gets outclassed by the new card in Monogatari Second Series, where it's a Shinobu and Araragi card. It's a level 0, and it's like a global 5, and it has that effect on the side. Mm-hmm. So clearly, that one's a little better at all times during the game.
Yeah. What do you think?
And I'm sorry, what?
I was gonna say, what do you think about the Shinobu level 3, the one with hexproof and heal?
It's a solid card for the set right now, if you're going to be running yellow. Mm-hmm. But obviously, like, I feel bad bringing up Monogatari Second Series over and over again since it's about English meta right now, but it's very heavily outclassed by the new
definitely.
Shinobu hexproof card. Like, that card is not only, like, I think it's like a 20th of the price, but it's, and I understand that's because of rarity differences, but, I mean, it gets 2,500 power instead of 1,000 power, and it also gets hexproof, and I think it has a more defensive, better ability. It's really about which one you prefer. One of them heals, one of them top checks, and then decides to mill or not when you get attacked, but they're both good cards. For now, that Shinobu card is arguably the best card, at least the best level 3 in the Monogatari series without the new set in English. So
yeah, I think overall that card is great. Although, like just like any other deck that comes into this game, at least in English wise, we all have to realize that Kantai is unlimited here, and no matter what you do, you have to worry about Kantai.
Yeah. I mean, really the biggest issue with Monogatari right now in English is that it has absolutely no finishing cards. Mm-hmm. It just grinds it out and it heals.
And the searchers.
Its level 3 effects are very lackluster.
Yeah.
And, like, there's only 2 level 3s with actual effects. I was going to mention the level 3 Hideki card from the set as well. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. Basically, all the cards are just big bodies in this set. Like, the Hideki gets 1,500 with 5 experience, and when she attacks, she gives the character 1,000 power until the end of your opponent's turn. And she also has the, when you get attacked, mill or keep the card there. Mm-hmm. And I think that she combos well with the Karen card, because you can attack, give Karen 1,000 power until end of your opponent's turn, and then you swap, and she's like a 14k wall that can move, and in certain circumstances that can block an Akagi, so that can be pretty strong. Like, especially if you have a backup in hand, but overall the set is just big beaters right now and like heal, and a lot of the finishers come out in the next set, but I think that I covered all the cards I wanted to cover in this set. There's a pretty good Skihi level 2 card that it's like a level 2 reverser card, and when you use the climax combo, you can pop a level 2 in your opponent's front stage. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's one of the better aggressive climax combos right now, at least. Like, Monogatari didn't have that many aggressive combos, so.
It's definitely unique for the English meta, because I don't think there really isn't a level 2 reverser in English meta, at least.
Yeah, the only other type of reverser in English right now is cost reversers.
Yeah.
Like, we have the Gilgamesh from Phase 0, and I think that's it.
Yeah. Do you guys think that, with Nisei, do you think you'll see, like, some, like, regional play, and, like, do you think it'll be, like, probably meta impacting for, English, or... But for me, personally, I don't think it's really going to impact it, especially with, like, how we're going to get newer sets, like, SAO Volume 2, and, like, Unlimited Blade Works 2. I feel like that's going to really... like, outclass Bakemonogatari in general in English.
I don't think Monogatari will ever hit tier until or if we get Monogatari Series 2nd, but if we get that set, I can guarantee that set will be one of the big 3 in the meta.
Yeah, it's definitely
meta. It depends on when it comes out. But
like, depending on what it comes out with, like, I think that it can combat everything in the current English meta with ease. It's got everything. It's basically like it makes Bakemonogatari, or the Monogatari series in general, more akin to Kantai Collection, where you can, like, get your utility out, and then you get your finishers. But, like, the good thing about Monogatari is it gets some nice beaters in the middle as well. I know Kantai has the level 1, the girl with the glove. I don't know her name. The black hair.
The one with clock on floor.
Yeah, that one's good, but then you have some really good beaters in Monogatari second series, like the 1/1 Mayoi card that gets, with only 2 experience, she gets up to 7,500, and she has hand encore, so she's a really sticky card. And I think that having the ability to search and the ability to have big beaters and good finishing and, like, lots of search, like, they have Ricky, they have everything. Only thing they don't have is a runner, if I recall correctly, but...
And the good thing, I think... I was gonna say the good thing about the English meta, at least, is we don't have to live in fear of, like, Tularu or, like, Girlfriend Beta.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Two Love Rule will come to English, but I mean, you never know.
Yeah, a lot of people said Log Horizon wasn't going to come. But
that's true. I do hope, kind of, that it doesn't come, at least for a while, until there's something that can, like, mediate it a little bit and keep it in check.
Yeah. I felt like we were going to keep getting a bunch of the older sets, but I mean, look at us getting the Idol Masters now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do hope that they lay off old sets for a while, because...
I mean, it's nice to attract new people who might be interested, but, like, I feel like for, like, current players, like, I feel like current players need the support for, like, whatever deck that they want to play with. Like,
yeah,
Persona, I want Persona Q to come.
I feel like they should, like, I see how they're trying to, like, rush out stuff like Haruhi, and then get it all, like, completely caught up. Like, because they think it'll impact the meta or something, or they just want to get Haruhi fans into the game because it's a very well-liked series, and maybe it can easily introduce new players. But, well, I guess we should wait till we talked about Haruhi, but...
No, but...
It doesn't really do much to impact the meta, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, they're just... These next couple sets, obviously not Cinderella Girls, but... The last 2 sets, Haruhi and Nisemonogatari, just don't really do much for the meta. Unlimited Blade Works, I think Unlimited Blade Works 1 is a really good set. Obviously, it's not good enough to be put into the big 3 or whatever, but it can hold its own decently. I don't know a whole bunch about Unlimited Blade Works 2. Like, I play Fate, but I didn't look too heavily into the cards. But I've heard it has some really good stuff, but...
Yeah.
At the same time, I've heard it's not enough to really push it up to, like, the good tier.
Yeah.
It's like in that awkward phase where it's like, it's got really good cards, but it just doesn't have enough. Or something. But, I'm not quite sure what we were going to talk about next. Because I think we've talked plenty about Nisemonogatari, at least from my... I know I went on and on about that.
No, it's good. It's good to have someone who knows it well. I was gonna say for, like, conclusion for Nisemonogatari, did you guys like the packaging in it, and, or the Meister set? Like, because I know, Jenna, you were bringing up at one point, like, how, like, the promos or something for Nisei, like, you guys only get, like, 2 promos or whatever for the booster or something.
Oh yeah, because for some, I'm not 100% sure because I've only opened 2 boxes, but I've seen, like, 4 boxes opened, and it looks like there's only 2 promos because what they did with English Nisemonogatari was it didn't have a trial deck in Japanese, so they, like, took a trial deck and they took promos from the booster and put them into the trial deck, and it's really strange trial deck, but I think it did make the boxes suffer, so you don't really get any promos. Both the promos in it are not that good. They're cute, but
yeah, it's more like an artwork.
One of them is a vanilla, so
yeah, it's more of like put into your binder for a collection.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of would have liked there to be a little more for collecting because the original Bakemonogatari had 5, but I'm a big fan of the Meister set promo because it features art from the light novel.
Yeah.
So I like that card a lot. It's a vanilla backup. It's an okay card.
The map for the Meister set was really
Monogatari doesn't really have any real special backups, really, honestly.
Yeah.
But the box and the mat, like all Meister sets, looks really good. I really like the Meister sets. I think they're a nice idea. I would kind of like it if there was also the option to buy the boxes separately because I think the boxes are really, really high quality and I like them a lot. but sometimes I don't want to shell out $60 when I can buy a box for like $10-$20 more.
Specifically, I like how for Nisemonogatari, the mat, like it doesn't have the Weiss Schwarz like template for like the battlefield. I think so. It's just
I
like
like that though. That's what they've been doing with the Meister set mats.
Yeah.
Yeah, once they stopped doing box toppers mats, they took the Weiss Schwarz logo off of it, and they took all that, like, playing field stuff off of it. I think it makes the mats look cleaner, but at the same time, if you're going to do that to the mat, you should make it bigger, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't like how...
If the mats were full size,
yeah,
the Meister set would just be... That would be a really, really good
Or at least,
deal.
like, Force of Will mat size.
Yeah, like, that makes sense. They just need to widen it a little, I think. But I just think the Meister sets are very pretty. They have very good assets in them. But it would also be nice to have the items available separately for a cheaper cost.
All right. So are you guys ready?
With some sets, I think the value is better, obviously. Nisemonogatari is not really a good example. I think Cinderella Girls Meister set will be of good value because obviously the cards are of higher quality. There's more money in the set. And since you are guaranteed one foil and 2 double R's a box, you can make your money's worth back easier, I believe, since you can get SPs out of them.
Yeah. Are you guys ready to go on Cinderella Girls? That's a good segue.
Yeah, I can take a break talking for a little while since I don't know so much about it.
Yeah, come in.
Okay, so yeah, me and Enrique have been like hyping on Cinderella Girls. So first question is, do you guys think your locals will have Cinderella Girls players? Well, for our locals at least, like Enrique already plays Cinderella Girls, so it's kind of.
Well, yeah, I'm like I was borrowing it, but pretty much yes, I'll be rebuilding it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna play Cinderella Girls as well. So.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead, Jenna.
What I was gonna say was I know quite a handful of people from our locals are going to be playing it. So I mean, it's a very easy to get into set in my opinion, since it's waifu-y and it's got like all the cute characters and good cards. Definitely gonna draw in the players.
It's a big set like Kantai, but it has like way more double R's though, I think.
Oh yeah, that's the intimidating thing, is that it's gonna be harder to pull what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, it's probably one of those sets where
you're better off buying
singles is probably a better option, but it is always good to support your stores. Like
all the double R's, like they're all playable, and like you kind of need them for whatever deck you want to make in Cinderella Girls.
Yeah.
Do you know like if you plus well off a Cinderella Girls box, like do you know like the cheapest double R or like the most expensive one? Like do you know if the ratios are really like good so that you do make a lot of like plussing off the box?
I think you get 6 double R's per box.
Oh wow, really? Oh, it's like Kantai Collection, because Kantai, I believe, you got like what 2 double R plus and then 4 double R.
Yeah. So it's a lot like Kantai Girls in that aspect.
For pretty much every double R right now in JP, every double R you pretty much equal out your pack or more. There's only 2 cards that don't, and that's
there's always gonna be a shitty double R.
And there's another one that I can't name, I forget. But pretty much everybody else is worth somewhere to 6 to $20.
That's true. It does kind of look like the JP sets as of recently have had some really big cards in them, like money-wise.
And I feel like with English release at least, like the cards are going to be a bit more, just because like there's some type of like weird like pricing with how English works. Like it's like more, I'd say like exotic, I guess, since like
it's exotic. You're playing the anime game in America, so it's exotic.
Yeah.
You know, there's definitely like minimum is going to be worth like 30.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, at least.
I think what you should look out for is SP prices. I think those are going to be they're going to be all over the place when the set first drops, in my opinion, and then they're going to definitely need some time to stabilize, and I think that'll be the best time to buy your SPs unless you are really into max rating your deck, like week 1 or whatever.
The Minimi SP is going to be the most expensive, I believe, because it's currently the most expensive in JPN, so it makes sense that it'd be the most expensive in English.
That does make sense, although Nisemonogatari, they did for some reason swap around some of the values on some of the cards, but like one of the SPs was the most expensive, and then they like changed it with another one's price for some reason. The pricing, at least for certain websites, was very weird with that set. I don't know. Like it's a very low value set,
and
so it might be a bad example.
The thing with Minimi is that like no matter what color you're gonna build in Cinderella Girls, like it's for some reason there's always gonna be some type of blue, and like Minimi's gonna be used in whatever deck you make because she's like the quote-unquote, like, searcher.
You're either going to be building blue, yellow, or blue,
Is Minami the level 1 card?
Yeah, the one where, like, it gets power.
Oh yeah, that card is freaking strong.
Yeah, and it's
I used it on
it's a free Ilya / Akatsuki / Azusa.
Yeah, it reminds me of
You don't have to discard.
I'm pretty sure it's actually really similar to the Hideki and Araragi card from Bakemonogatari. Tell me if it's similar, actually. The climax was like a climax combo, and when you attack, you pay 1, and then you mill 5, and then you pick a strange character from that, and the rest go into waiting room. Is it similar to that card? I think yours gets a power.
Yeah, but Minami is costless, though.
Yeah, it's costless and it's
as long as you reverse something.
I think, yes, because you mill 1 less card, and then you get power and stuff.
As long as you reverse something, though. That's the casual.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense then.
Yeah, it'd be too strong if you automatically get the effect.
There's the Glasses Trade Girl that gives 1,500 on play. And then they also have the Yuki card, which is the one I want to play. She's comes on board, and you can ditch a climax and salvage a climax.
Yeah, that's a good deck.
That's really good.
Yeah, with the Akatsuki Rin and the Minami that already mill a bunch, you're gonna be milling a lot of climaxes.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's gonna be easy to play that card around and switch around climaxes in your hand like nothing.
So that card is kind of like a what do they call that one? I don't know if it's like I call it pants, but I don't know.
I know that Umi has it.
It's like the blue climax trigger with the.
It is called pants.
I think that one's called gate.
It's pants. Yeah. Well, the nickname is pants
trigger. I know people call it pants, but.
Yeah, but the good thing about the Minami thing is that it's pants trigger though, so you have a better chance of getting it.
Yeah, and then top of that,
I kind of like that trigger for blue. I think it's the best trigger in blue because what else do they have? Book. That one's not very good.
The Ronka one that has a book. The Ronka Climax has a book, and when I played it, I tend to find it actually really useful.
Yeah, so if you have pants and you have book triggers, you're pretty much gonna be plussing every time you trigger with
You're always gonna have
Yeah.
But on top of the Yuki, also like instead of running the Glasses Girl, you can also run the Yuki because you can tap her and give somebody 2,000 continuously.
Yeah, that's really good as well.
Oh, that's really strong. That's it. It's just that specific card is like you tap it and then it gives 2,000.
It's anyone. It's anyone. Give any character 2,000, so it doesn't have to be
Minami. Wow,
so you can do it for level 3. Yeah, you can do it for level 3 for Anastasia, which is like a restander, as long as you reverse something. So
that card still confuses me, but I think I get the gist of it.
I think people just caught on to the trend of the Glasses Girl because the player at National or Worlds was playing it. Not Worlds. Was it at WGP Japan?
Yeah, it was some type of. Sure. Yeah, it was some type of big tourney.
I'd play the Glasses Girl. I don't know what's up with you guys.
And it's good because she's just on play. You don't have to discard anything. You just give someone the 1,500, right, and you give them the Glasses Trade.
No, giving the Glasses Trade is OP. So yeah.
Yeah. Or giving them the color color purple.
Oh my god.
Is this gonna be the first Ricky we're having in this set?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
The Mirai.
And she's technically better than Ricky because Ricky had that only effect.
It's technically better than Ricky. Okay, you want to have a discussion about that? No, okay.
We all know Mayoi is the best.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, Mayoi is literally the best one that I've seen.
But she's technically better than Ricky because she also gives 500 power when she attacks to someone else. So.
Yeah, I know. Ricky's the OG though, so.
Yeah, Ricky
will always be in our hearts. We'll always refer to it as a Ricky clone. So that's
I think original Idolmasters had the Ricky effect. Akane or something like that. But
I don't know anything.
I was looking into original Idolmasters because I was going to try to build it. And I don't remember. I know they have an Akatsuki effect, but I do not remember if they have a Ricky effect.
One thing that I want to bring up is the double Armio, the one that it's a anti-runner, and also it's a stock reverser. It's a good card, but I guess I don't see why people don't run it. It's because I guess it's because of the space, because there's so much space in Cinderella Girls.
Yeah, because you're already going to be running the Mirai, which is your Ricky, and you're going to need it to get your Minimies in hand. And then it's depending on the player, you could either just not run the Rika, the runner that already mills. So up with that, and then also running the Akatsuki's, your 2 Anastasia back rows, the Yukis, and the Rinas, obviously the Brainstorm Searchers. They give 1,000 on your opponent's turn to the middle. It's going to take up a lot of space. You already have 15 slots open, at least minimum.
Yeah, that set is full of so much utility.
Cinderella Girls has really good utility.
Sometimes when you have so many cards, I'm assuming there's only one really super good build of Cinderella Girls, but I could be wrong.
There's 2 that are really good. It's either the mono blue with Nation blue type of build.
Yeah.
And then there's the red one with the early
red
drop
blue,
Anzu,
yeah.
and the Miku that can burn one, and then or I don't know.
And
exactly
it's minus
how that
one
goes
soul. It gives someone minus one. The person in front of it gets minus one soul. So.
Do they have similar like middle game?
Yeah, the middle game's the same because you
yeah,
run
the
the
middle game.
Middle game's Minami.
Okay, so that card is like a for
I think
sure and all idol
like, if
master.
you're running-
Like your
you're
one
running-
climax at least goes towards that.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. If you're running any blue in your deck, you're gonna be probably running the Minami.
And then your other climax slot is either going to be your level 3 finisher, whatever you want to use for Cinderella, whatever build you want to build for Cinderella Girls. So
Yeah, because you're gonna go with the Ronco finisher, or you're probably gonna go with the over finisher for Asterisk.
the cat girl finisher.
I mean, you could also go with Tokimeki, I think, with the Mika one. If you're going with like a yellow blue.
Wait, is
which also another
this
good option.
cat one you're talking about? Is that the Makoto clone? Like she looks like Makoto.
No.
No, that's Arena.
I haven't seen it.
She has brown hair. The cat girl we're talking about is the one with brown hair, and she's a red card.
Okay. What does it do exactly? I'm just curious because I only know about the Ronco card.
1 second. Where is it? Okay, here it is. When this is placed from hand to stage over the effects of Miku R lyrics, which is a level 2 that early changes into it, you can salvage one of her climax combos, and I think it also gains 1,000 per turn. Yeah, it does. So it's not that bad. This is an easy early change to go into.
Okay, so the fact that it's an early drop is really what its like main drive is, pretty much, since its ability is kind of lackluster.
It's good. That's also good because its next effect is when this card attacks if over is in the climax zone. You pay 1, obviously, and then you look at the top 2 cards. If there's a red card, you may deal 1 damage to your opponent, and if there's a blue card, this gains 2,000 power, and the opponent in front of it loses a soul.
So with
I've seen that card. I thought it was really unique because it had like a multicolor effect thing.
Yeah, with the build, what you want to do is you want to try to scry your deck so you can get both effects off. Because there's like some assists in Cinderella Girls where you can scry like the Ronco level assist.
Yeah, I've seen some.
Yeah.
Or like also the rock girl, I forgot her name. She has some type of scry effect too with their climax, I think. Or I think it's when you play a climax.
I'm not 100% sure about that one. The Rena. That's her name.
Yeah.
That's Makoto.
It's a blue card. I know it's a blue card, but
Yeah.
I'll go to it.
It's not her actual card. It's a different one.
Are you talking about the level 0?
No.
I shouldn't even say anything. I don't know that much about All Masters anyway.
Oh, it's a 1/0.
Yes.
It says when over is placed into your climax slot, you look at the top 3 cards from your deck and place them in any order of your deck.
Oh, well, it's like, why would you run that when you can run the Minami? I don't get it.
And it's also global 500 to your music trait character, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
It's a backstage climax combo?
Yeah, it combos with the level 3, and it's... So you pretty much, if you have the assist and the level 3, you can guarantee...
So you don't need to run a specific climax for that card. It goes with the other card as well?
No, you have to run the specific climax for it. It's because they're both... in the anime, they're a unit, and they go together, so like you have to run the climax.
I understand that, but what I'm asking is like it is 2 separate cards that climax combo with it, right?
Yeah,
it's not that one. So you're already running that card, so running the climax doesn't hinder you. Okay, I understand.
And it's also
I'm sure the blue build's probably more consistent, but I don't know.
Actually, the blue-red is more consistent because with the blue, you're kind of gambling with Ronco because you have to mill, and like for each climax you burn 1, and then also with Anastasia you have to reverse something in order to restand. So it's more situational compared to like the Miku that we were just talking about, the one where you mill and burn and you mill to get -1 soul. So you have like a better chance. So in that sense, it's more consistent with blue-red. But I'm still gonna run mono blue because I like the girls more.
And the one thing about
I think it's nice that they at least have separate choices for you to do.
The thing about mono blue that I noticed is that there's a big gap between level 1 and level 3. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
And it.
Good level like 2s or like.
There's a 2
running in the Ronco Fallen Angel combo. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But like the better way would go with red is because you also have the early drop Anzu, which is really easy to pull out, and it's like it heals, I think.
So it makes your level 2 game a little less.
Yeah, it's on play heal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I got it right here.
And the thing with Idol Masters, Cinderella Girls, is they refresh.
Oh, yeah.
They refresh easily, so...
Oh, yeah, because they're like, constantly skimming through their deck.
Yeah, they're constantly milling through your deck, so... Milling through their deck, I mean.
Yeah, because it's really easy to pull out, because you have the Akatsuki, you have the Minami combo, so your deck's always going to be, like, refreshing. Mm-hmm. So, with the Anzu, you only need 5 or less cards in your library. So it's pretty easy to pull out. And then it heals and it gains 500 for everybody else. It's an 11k on board. So it's a good beater in there for, like, level 2 to build up to your Miku.
Yeah.
Or whatever else you're deciding to run at your level 3, depending on
early play heals are always good. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you want to try to like beat out your opponent and like try to hit them for more damage before you get like pushed.
Yeah, definitely. Like, especially if you can have a level 3 that's just sitting on your stage at level 2, like, to heal as much damage as you can is probably really good.
Yeah, because you already had the 2k backup, the costless 2k backup, and then you also could have possibly run the 1/1 backup, the Scries, which is also really good.
And Cinderella Girls, they're Brainstormers. The blue one is a Searcher Brainstormer, it's a plus Brainstorm, and also the red one is a Salvage Brainstormer, it's a plus Brainstorm. So you have a...
That's really interesting. I've never seen a blue Brainstormer that searches before.
Yeah.
Does the red one tap itself, or is it like...
it taps itself. It taps itself. So.
Okay, yeah, so that's not bad.
Yeah, usually blue Brainstormers are like draw. That's really weird. Doesn't Sword Art have one? Yeah,
Xenon has the...
But it's pay one discard.
Yeah, but that's because they were an extra booster and they only had 2 colors. They couldn't go by color rule.
Yeah, and it's a discard. You have to discard for each climax you reveal for the Xenon one.
Yeah, it's like the Ren Brainstormer, except with searching deck.
Yeah, that's the quote unquote downside of spammable Brainstormers is that you have to discard.
Yeah, I mean it's good to have like a spammable one, at least like one spammable Brainstormer on the side. Like I kind of like the ratio of like a normal one, like 1 or 2 normal ones, and then like 1 spammable one in case you get into that position where you need to mill your deck really fast.
Yeah, definitely. Or like
because like if you mill through your deck really fast, like you don't really care. You're just gonna salvage and you'll like drop climaxes into your waiting room when you do it. Mm-hmm. That is one of the good things. Like if you have a handful of climaxes, a discarding Brainstormer is good to get rid of the climaxes.
Mm-hmm. Or like if you know like you wanna like you have so many climaxes left in your deck and you just want to hit them in your waiting room so you can refresh, because it's always gonna suck if you're in that awkward position where you have to attack and like you know you have all these climaxes left and there's only so few little cards left in your deck. And you don't want them to go to your stock, so...
Yeah.
When you're about to refresh, so...
Very true.
Is there any other cards you guys want to talk about in Cinderella Girls?
Other cards, No, that's for like other actual cards, probably not. I think that's really covers most of the main cards.
There's one card I do want to talk about. I think it's kind of cool. Is the Uzuki Runner, where like she's a 3500 beater, and then you mill 2 cards, and if any of those cards were climaxes, she gets rested. And then at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, she runs into combat. So that's a very interesting runner.
Oh, that is really interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, most runners are usually like really weak, and they just run around.
It's not bad, but honestly, running it with blue, it's not good because you already have the Akatsuki.
It's only good
I can see how it would be an easily outclassed card, because whenever it comes to the sets that have a lot of utility, they usually like forfeit a big like beater game for just like the stuff that's going to get you set up for your like level 1 and your level 3 and stuff.
So I guess we'll go on to the next question is, do you guys think it'll impact the meta?
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it'll probably, in my opinion, it'll, like, I don't know much about Sword Art, okay, but it's been dying, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
And until this new booster set comes out, and I don't even know how much that's going to help it, because I honestly do not know that much about Sword Art.
It's going to make it really good.
It's because...
So, like, okay, so as long as, like, I think until that booster set comes out, Cinderella Girls will kind of, like, push it away and be like the top 3 like big sets in the meta right now.
Because honestly, once after SAO, because all we know right now is that SAO is getting its set in May. I honestly think it's
late May. It's like May 27th, I think.
Yeah. It's going to be a 4-way run between Kantai, Attack on Titan, and Idol Masters, and then.
How does Attack on Titan play against Idol Masters? Do you know? Oh, I guess we can't really gauge that properly because in Japanese it's kind of not as good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not there.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to see when it comes out how it tests against it.
It definitely makes Levi look a little bit like a kid's game.
Yeah, it's so much easier for Anastasia.
Is it good against Levi?
I wouldn't say it's good, but it's really easy to get over that, like 11K. Like, you know, obviously the Levi gets to 11K, but
it's easier to restand.
Honestly,
it's usually the Mikasa that's kind of hard to reverse, not really the Levi.
Because if you're running the Yuki, let's say you have 2 in your back row, that's already let me see, 45 plus climax 55. Then her own effect, which takes her to 7K, and then you're running 4K, which is already 11K right there on its own. And then if you reverse, she becomes a 13. And then if you have all 3 on board, the perfect field, she can get to like 15 on her own.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stupid. And like that's
so. And then if you have like 2 Anastasias, which you kind of want to do if you're playing like Nation Blue, you pretty much have like 5 attacks all together for that turn, which is kind of intimidating.
It's
that's brutal. I think that'll push through Kantai pretty hard.
Yeah, it's much easier.
You know, it's a good counter to Kantai because honestly, Kantai says that if damage is canceled, that opponent cannot do damage for the turn. Then you just obviously do. Oh,
yeah, it doesn't matter if you.
I still reversed. Yeah. I still reversed you. I'm going to pay to get rid of my Anastasia, bring out another one, and swing again.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because it's not that specific card that attacks, isn't it? It's like a replaceable thing.
It's just a really good like counter to like encompass.
Yeah, I feel like once Cinderella Girls comes out, it's definitely going to be Kantai Attack on Titan and Cinderella Girls, and Sword Art will kind of go dormant for a while until the extra booster drops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Yuki definitely makes it good, and then they have that early drop carry title, which is really good too.
So, like, I do think that like Sword Art will kind of be like a short-term meta thing. Like, it bounces in and out of the meta frequently because it's just going to get like if we get a lot more of the like top class sets that are in JPN right now, we're gonna see Sword Art get kind of outclassed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were to come back to English, I'd probably play SAO.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me on that. I don't know that much about Sword Art. I'd have to really look into the extra
I played it for a while. I definitely play because Yuki's really good.
Yeah,
she really helps out. The Sleeping Knights is overall it just makes it really consistent.
Especially if you combo with Last Shot, it's like really consistent.
Yeah, so they do still run Last Shot in the final build?
They still run the Last Shot. Last Shot is just one of the best finishers, I think, in in the game in general, because you don't have to reverse, you just on attack, and you pay the cost.
Very true. Very true. So, what other sets were we going to talk about? Unlimited Blade Works? Didn't we already I think we already talked about that a little bit.
Before we move on, I want to bring up the one thing, because I know it's coming up like next week, and I don't know if a lot of stores know about this. I mean, obviously we do, and so does Orlando. But I wanted to talk about what you guys were going to run in the SP tournament. What color trial deck were you going to run?
Oh, that's a good
I was actually going to bring that up. So there is color. There's 3 different trial decks. If anyone didn't know, if you're listening to this, and I just think on personal, the best colors are you're probably going to if you want to win the SP tourney, it's either going to be red or yellow. Because they just
I'm gonna get yellow just because I like the girls now.
I'm getting blue because I need it for my card. I need it for my build, for my English build.
Oh, like do you need trial deck cards?
Yeah,
that's so weird.
It's there's a good Ren card that's a one of, and it depends on. It's just based on personal preference.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll definitely since until I watch the series or really look into the Idolmasters
and then the blue has the
meta because I'm more interested in Idolmasters original, but I'll probably just run the yellow one.
They get their power set.
Yeah, I don't know what's in that.
Yeah, I don't think they released the. They didn't. I don't think they released the spoilers yet. So.
Like I like to run the red. I would like to run the red one if it had 4 of the Suiciders, but it only comes with 1 of. So I don't think I'll be running it. I think I'll be running with blue too.
And your blue.
Not on top of that.
The good
it
thing
also has
blue,
that heal event.
Yeah, it has a heal event.
It's kind of funny.
There's a heal event in the troll deck?
Yeah.
It's a 3-1 heal event when you pay 1 and heal.
And it's a backup,
okay,
right?
so it's pretty basic, but it's good for a trial deck.
I mean, for an SP tournament where you're only playing the trial deck, you don't at least have to worry about Hibiki.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll have to look deeply into what is in these trial decks before I decide, but I think I want to get yellow.
I mean, I also like the red one because it has the salvage event for a pay 1, and it also gets 1,000, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't that bad.
Yeah, each
and once again, you don't have to worry about Hatsukaze.
Yeah.
Or Mikon. That's it.
Not like you'll be playing against any Mikons in the SP tournament.
And then I like how how they're gonna do. You get like the deck box, the Ranko deck box.
Yeah, that's a really cute deck box. She's
No,
definitely my favorite character in the Cinderella Girls lineup of girls that I've seen.
And
it was like a $30 deck box though, but for like when it wasn't announced here. Now they're like 15.
Even if give it a while and it'll go up to like 25 or something. A lot of the old promo deck boxes are like $20-$25.
Yeah.
Even if you don't pull an even if you don't win the SP, you still have a good chance of pulling like a triple or SP within the trial deck that you buy too.
Yeah, that's very true, and I don't really know the values on them, but I mean it's still a nice thing to get.
The SPs are worth something.
So far the Mio is like $40 in JP. Both the Uzuki Mio are $40, and the Rin is like 70.
Yeah.
Okay, so technically you get the most money if you pull the blue trial deck sign, but
yeah,
which is what I think everyone's gonna go for.
Okay.
So do you guys want to talk about the future sets now for like just a brief future sets discussion?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we're gonna go to Unlimited Blade Works 2.
Yeah, what a bad set. What a bad.
Oh my god, shut up. You're the one who's I love Ilya, I want to build Ilya. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about Ilya. I think
Ilya's weak.
Blue definitely has like the better support in this set for
I don't believe that for a second.
No, I don't think so. Archer gets really good.
Yeah, I was gonna say Blue-Red.
Red
Yeah.
gets a shit ton of support, and they're actually going to make a good link and a good like actual reason to build Red-Yellow, because
the Saber.
now you can actually get benefits from building Red-Yellow because there's like cards that buff both Rin and Saber.
Yeah.
And Shiro. It's kind of like I don't really want to like. I'm not super versed on the
neither am
visual
I.
novel Fate, but I've heard that there's an ending where I haven't played Unlimited Blade Works, but I've played the Fate route, but I heard there's like an ending where like all three of them like basically live together and stuff. So like that does make sense for like kind of like a flavor type thing for the three characters, and they do all work together in the anime, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But like before, I thought Red-Yellow was really jank, honestly. But there is an actual reason to build it now. I think I'm gonna stick with Mono Red.
If this set's based off like the anime, like Unlimited Blade Works 2, like it's so weird how like there's rider cards and like Sakura cards when they're not really seen in like the season 2 of Unlimited Blade Works.
Yeah, they're not.
Like I can understand the Lancer.
Caster dies pretty early. Oh, well, maybe we shouldn't say anime spoilers in this, but
oh well.
I mean, Caster
Caster gets a good level 2.
That's a good segue. Caster gets some really interesting cards. Like
the one that hits you.
The Caster card where you pay, like you discard a climax, and I think you pay like 2 stock, and it makes your opponent at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase. It makes their like card rest and attack them basically, where they do like their soul damage.
Yeah,
based on
you pay 3 and discard the climax, and then you the opponent's draw phase because stand is first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is draw
stand
phase.
first, yeah.
And then you obviously, and then you deal damage according to their soul.
Yeah, so it's like they don't get like the bonus for hitting them, but they do deal their like actual like soul printed damage to them, and that's a really interesting card.
It's one of the few cards where you can kill your opponent on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, and it's a very flavorful card for Caster. I do not like her.
It'd be interesting against your Nisemonogatari, the level 3 with the 3 soul.
Oh wow, that would actually be really scary.
Yeah, so you get hit for 3.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
there's not many 3 soul cards in the game. I haven't seen any besides Ski, so but that'd be pretty scary for that. I mean, you can retire the card since it is at the beginning of draw phase. That card would be brutal if that was beginning of attack phase, and then you lost a card. That would suck.
Oh man, quick shout out to Hunter for that because he would love that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna run the card anyway, so.
Yeah.
Since he has his Caster waifu build, but it's got some good stuff. Like they get
they get fun cards.
They get the red archer event that does the Katsuki effect.
Yeah.
You have some good stuff. They have that really interesting archer level 1 suicider where it's kind of like a trap card where when they attack into it you resonate and then they can become a level 1 suicider. One thing I have to say about Unlimited Blade Works 2, got a lot of cool tricks in it. Like there's just a lot of really unique cards in it that are really going to be unique to that set in the meta, at least in my opinion. Like, it's just never before seen effects. Like, in English, a lot of the sets we get, it's the same effects over and over again. We're finally starting to break from that mold, and we're getting some sets with some actual unique effects in them.
It's definitely going to make your opponent think more on, like, how they're going to attack as well.
It's kind of a mind game set, honestly.
Yeah, like how Attack on Titan has, like, some mind games.
Oh, don't get me started on that because card. Oh my god. But I think it's a pretty solid set. It's probably maybe in English it'll have the meta push to get maybe it'll see some play in the regionals and stuff.
It's a good incentive to more Fate players to definitely be more confident in when they play in tourneys, I think.
Like, I just feel so bad for Fate because it's just it's in such a weird spot where it's not bad, but it's just it needs
missing,
something.
It's missing all of the original cards from the Japanese sets, like from Hollow Actorexia or the original Fate Stay Night.
Right about that.
Yeah, or the original Fate Stay Night with the good original Ren and Archer and the Ren that pretty much makes your opponent top deck a card by just tapping 2 masters, I think.
Yeah, and we'll probably never get those because I'm pretty sure that Fate never got, the visual novels never got officially translated in America, but we'll probably get every other Fate set as long as it's something that can be translated.
So, let's go on to Haruhi now.
Haruhi, aka nothing.
So, I'm just gonna say it's one of the few sets where, we've gotten, the quickest support ever. Haruhi came out...
I don't know, I have no clue why.
Haruhi came out in what? January?
Oh my god.
And we're getting...
Oh, you mean in English it came out in January?
Yeah, in English. It came out in what, January?
Yeah.
And then we're getting it in what, March or May?
It's coming out in May.
Yeah, this
May, early May. So, we're getting 2 extra boosters in May.
So literally in 3 months we get support for Haruhi, which is funny. I think it's because Bushiroad realized that not adding the emo swing, it really upset a lot of players, I think. I don't
know why the card is banned.
It's it's essentially a +1. You heal loop with that card.
Yeah, if it creates an unhealthy broken type of trick I feel like with or without that card being in, I really don't think it would have made a difference for Haruhi, honestly. Not in the English meta.
Mm-hmm. Especially with Kantai, unrestricted Kantai.
It's not good. I'm sorry, Haruhi fans, but I do not see the appeal. I just don't. There's nothing good in it. I just looked through the extra booster and I don't get it. I don't get what's good and what isn't. It's just blah. I think it's just boring because it's an older set.
Yeah,
older sets just didn't have that for utility that the new sets have. They just had whatever.
That's when Bushiroad didn't get on the cush and started smoking up bullshit out of her ass.
It's basically they just took out this ancient relic and they just brought it into English and it's we don't need these dinosaur fossils in our meta right now. It's not gonna fit. It's a puzzle piece. If it doesn't have a rare pattern, it shouldn't be printed. It's not going to affect anything.
I feel like...
Okay, that's not true. Some sets that are older are good, but I just don't get it. Haruhi's never going to get support. Well, it might. I don't know, but I don't think Haruhi's getting any new series. I know it had a spin-off, but I don't think it had anything new.
I feel ever since with Kantai, since Bushiroad made Kantai, they're oh, we don't give a fuck anymore. With Tularu, let's just not playtest our shit and just
as soon as Tularu came out, they print 3 separate Yami cards and new sets.
Yeah,
come on, this game is based off anime and it's supposed to have flavor. Make these cards do something based on the flavor of the set.
They need to go back to creativity like that Woozer.
Woozer for life. Print that in English.
Oh my god, no.
So
but I just feel they're running out of ideas, and they sometimes they come up with these amazing flavor cards, some of the new Monogatari second series stuff. But maybe that's just me because I know the series well enough to know the flavor. Mm-hmm. Maybe Yami effect, maybe burning for 6 billion damage is just flavor to every single show that it's been printed in. Puyo Pop, yeah, that puzzle game that's all about burning your opponent for 6 billion points. You just gotta purple. You gotta get that purple.
There was this weekend when I went up to Mana. I don't know who the kid was, and I know a lot of the Orlando players know. There was a guy playing Puyo, and he was playing a mono green deck.
Yeah.
And every game I saw him playing, at the end game, he had like a stock of, like,
yeah.
He had a stock like of 20 plus cards, and it was all clean stock, maybe one climax in there, and his deck was left with like 10 cards, and it was always like climaxes.
Yeah. Was he running like an 8 gold bar thing?
Yeah, it was brutal. It was the most funniest thing I've seen, because the first game went to like turn 3 overtime, and he just canceled. It was like, no.
And it doesn't help that there's those green cards. There's like +2 soul beaters at like level 1 as well. So you're just constantly swinging for soul damage against your opponent, which is so good.
Yeah, Puyo's a really interesting set. I really want to get into it, playing it, but it's pretty expensive.
Yeah. It's funny how like the Puyo level 3 is worth more than the Yami.
Yeah, right? It's like basically the same card. It doesn't even have hexproof.
Yeah.
There's a card that can give it hexproof. There's a backstage card that can give the cards in front of it 1,000 power and hexproof.
Oh, cool. I just use Kaiki and kill it. Wait, is that
I don't think it has 500 attack. I think
it's a level 2 assist.
I'll look it up right
it's
now.
A level 2
I'll spam like 3 Levi's or 4.
Levi can't hit backstage. That makes no sense.
Oh yeah, my bad.
So I guess we had enough of Haruhi for now.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about it. Do you guys know about the Haruhi builds that are like good? Because I just don't see what is good. I heard the blue girl's good.
The alien build. The alien build is pretty much what keeps Haruhi like quote unquote at least playable enough to like try to like be somewhat competitive, but it just gets outclassed by like sets.
Was Emo Swing limited or was it banned?
It was banned.
Okay, yeah. Then it just doesn't make sense for it to be printed in English.
Yeah.
Like if it was a limited card, yeah, okay, sure, but I don't know.
So we're gonna go to SA2 Volume 2.
Okay, well I don't know much about that set, but
we're just gonna
it.
Briefly talking about it. Do you guys feel like it was necessary for
Yes, I feel like it was necessary because there's a lot of.
it finally got all the SAO players to pipe down.
It's SAO players are all like wanting it. And they're
Well,
tired of getting like their butts kicked in by AOT and Kantai.
Yeah, I can see what I kind of like about SAO 2, or I don't know what the heck, it's not SAO 2, but it's the extra boost or whatever. I feel like they actually did a decent job with the timing for releasing it because, the SAO players wanted it immediately and stuff. And, I understand that. It's hard to wait for your cards, but, I feel like they waited for SAO to kind of, get pushed slowly out of the meta.
Yeah.
And they gave it, calm down time. And then they were like, okay, well, now it actually needs it, so let's push that out now.
Last year was the breaking point for English Weiss Schwarz because that's when we got SAO the SAO extra booster, and then right after that, a month, we got Kantai Collection 1, so that was really
before that, at the beginning of the year, we also got Nisekoi.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Enrique, that Puyo card, it's a level 2, so it's got 6,500 attack, so yes, you can't kill it.
I just I don't know, I guess I spam it and I don't know, kill it, and then...
Blowback is your only option.
And I feel now...
I'll run blowbacks. Yeah.
Since SAO2 Volume 2 is going to come out, I feel like now people are going to want Nisekoi Extra Booster.
I know. Those are the two things people have been waiting for. Nisekoi got so screwed over in English, though I don't know if it's going to be salvaged by that.
Yeah, they're Onidera and Marika.
Not really, because honestly, the set... I mean, if you look at Metakoi, it's still the same, first set stuff.
It's just the effects are different. Some cards.
I mean, there's literally 2 cards different in Metakoi compared to English, and it's just the Onidera and the Marika.
But those effects are really good, though.
Yeah, instead of drawing 2 and ditching 1.
It's the main, besides the, cards getting, nerfed in English, is, the main reason that, Nisekoi just isn't where it should be in the meta because of what? Unlimited Kantai?
Yeah. Unlimited Kantai, the only thing that we didn't get was the Junyu, the 2-1 assist that gives everyone global +1 soul.
Yeah, that
also
card
has
is
hexproof.
really weird.
But
at least look on the bright side. At least we didn't get unlimited unrada Nisekoi. That would have been way worse than Kantai.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And it makes sense in Japan where they have a restriction on Nisekoi. I guess because with pendants and the free fresh in the Raku.
That set's really techy, isn't it? It's super technical.
Well, most people, if you're gonna play Metakoi, you want to play the pendants because that's how the level 3s can get their effects off the Marika and the Onidera. So the pendants are the main choice for the restriction list.
I mean, I don't even know why they hit the Raku. Like, the Raku is literally...
Yeah, the Raku, a lot of people have been saying that Raku doesn't have to be on the restriction list now. He can be taken out.
Like, yeah, the Raku is taken out.
Is that the card that makes it so you can put it back in?
It's like, you play it and then you ditch a card from your hand and salvage a pendant.
Oh, don't we have that in English, though?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. I'm talking about JP that had that band, too.
Yeah, I know. So some things are actually there that aren't there in JP over here.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Wait, but should we be talking about Sal?
Oh, we already passed Sal. So.
Oh, should we say like 3 things about Sal? And you're like, well, that's it.
We're just doing a brief because, like, in future episodes.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
like when it comes closer to the release date, we can talk about it in length.
So we're going to the next category. It's just English overall, and this is a controversial question. I think I want to add a controversial question to each of my episodes just to make it more interesting.
Hey, you skipped the part where we get to say what we want.
Oh yeah. What do you guys want for English to come out? Like, if you could pick one set.
Jenna's like hyped up for this question.
Besides Monogatari second season, because I feel like we're already gonna get that.
I think that me talking through like literally like this whole video, you can immediately tell it's gonna come out of my mouth when you ask this question. Like, obviously, I want Monogatari.
Try to pick like a set where like you feel like it's impossible to come out, but.
Oh, you want me to pick some weird ass JP shit that's never gonna come
I got
to
the perfect one. If it came to English, I would be extremely excited, and I would love to see Sympho Gear.
Sympho Gear, yeah, that'd actually be a good addition.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I know, shout out to Richie, because he's the man. And Sympho Gear is awesome.
Yeah, Sympho Gear is definitely fun.
Well, yeah, if we're gonna go by like stuff that like we don't think will come out in JP, like stuff that are in English that doesn't have like any link to any sets like that are in now that are.
I mean, it can still be. It can be like a previous set.
I'm gonna. Well, if we're talking about something that's not as likely to come out,
I was gonna say Persona Q. Like, I want Persona Q to come out so bad.
Yeah, I'm really surprised we didn't get that, honestly. Like, I thought Persona would be one of those things that's, like, flawlessly translated over. Like, I feel like if we get a Persona 5 Weiss set, that stuff's going to come out in English immediately.
English Persona got castrated with the, like...
Let's just hope that if Persona 5 gets a Weiss set, that they, like, really make it good and Persona gets some love, because they really... It's a really good series. It needs a little bit of, like, help.
Mm-hmm. It probably won't be mixable with the other Personas, though.
Yeah, but who cares if Persona fans are gonna like get something that can work?
You know what I honestly could see happening though? It's if they do like a 2-month thing where they bring out like 1 month and the other they bring out Guilty Crown and then Railgun or Index, and then like they use like
Index.
Yeah,
Index is actually really good.
To kind of like set up for the set, they also like release the comeback campaign promos before it, and then like they give you the set, and then you would have
that'd be the dream. It's like a version E that doesn't suck. Wow.
Yeah.
But if I was gonna pick a set that would like super unrealistically never come to English, that I would like aspire to come in English, it'd probably be like Little Busters, because
that's a good choice.
It's really unlikely they'd ever come into English because there's just so many sets, and I do not want another crappy key version E. I mean, I don't think Angel Beats was bad, but Angel Beats did not have 5 boosters.
Do you think we would get the Ecstasy cards?
Do you think we'd get what?
The Ecstasy cards? Like, would it just be a version E with, like, all the combined cards, do you think?
Yeah, I think if we did get a Little Busters in English, that they'd have to make it a version E, but at the same time, Little Busters has never been released in English, like, officially, and it's not very... It just doesn't have any, like, official English translations over here.
Yeah.
So I find it very unlikely, but I already have the cards, so I can't complain that much.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to see is, like, I don't know if it's because of licensing or something, but I see, like, the players that play it are probably, like, not doing so hot, and they probably want support. Another thing would probably be, like, Fairy Tail.
Oh, God, Fairy Tail, the dream. Give them some more stuff, please.
Give them stuff to at least hold on to. Because, like, right now it's just sad seeing them play.
They're
like, asking for them to lose.
Like, the thing
I think, like, right now, them and Persona are, like, the one sets that are going to be stuck in, like, bottom tier hell for like the entire rest of their lives unless they make more stuff. Like, because like Persona will get support, but like it won't be mixable or whatever. But like Fairy Tail, that poor old dog gonna have to get buried.
Or we should get like the sky support.
maybe they'll do a nice experiment, and Fairy Tail will be the first English exclusive set to get an English comeback campaign.
Or Schoolgirl Strikers. Come on, Schoolgirl Strikers.
Oh, God.
Okay, well, Schoolgirl Strikers isn't even licensed in freaking other countries anyway, so we're never going to get it over here.
Same with Girlfriend Beta.
Girlfriend Beta.
Yeah, mobile game stuff will highly I'm very sure that mobile game stuff will never come over unless it has an official English port.
Rest in peace, Puyo Puyo.
Like, mobile game stuff, but Puyo it's on, like, the DS and stuff, but Puyo would never come to English anyway, because the games have never been translated, to my knowledge. There might be, like, one Puyo game translated, but I know it's a huge series.
Kantai has never been translated, because it's a...
What has it?
Kantai, because it's a browser game.
Okay, well, Kantai was an abnormality. I have no clue why the hell they brought that shit over. I'm gonna look and see if Puyo had an English release.
No.
I'm, like, pretty much 100% sure it hasn't, because I had a friend who used to get the games imported, like, constantly. Oh, no, actually, one of the games is actually translated. Yeah. A couple of games have been translated, actually. Maybe it is likely for it to come. I don't know. I'd be kind of hyped that came out. Wow, it's actually, like, licensed by Atlas. That's really interesting.
We need that Lucky Star. That's what we need.
Yeah, let's bring out another ancient anime
with a bunch of... I want Terraformers. Terraformers is a good set too, and I know some people that want.
Is good. Yeah, Tyler.
Yeah, I know some people that want to play Terraformers if it came out in English.
That's an interesting one, honestly.
How
about we get some more of that Love Live up in this?
They got their own game. Okay, they got their own game. They don't need anything more.
Actually, they need to catch us up in English, please.
No, they don't.
At least
we're probably gonna get SIF too in June.
Yeah, we are. More than likely. June or December.
And probably in December, you'll probably get your movie set.
Yeah, I could see that happening. 2 Love Live sets this year again. Yeah. People can complain all they want. I mean, Love Live has
makes money.
Love Live and Bushiroad have, like... I mean, Bushiroad publishes their mobile game. Like, they have a big hand in Love Live, so... Obviously, they're getting their own set. Like, their own, like... card game. Obviously they have a lot of stakes in that show. Plus music breaking up this month anyway.
I was gonna say
they're still gonna make a Love Live Sunshine.
I was gonna say Bushiroad is literally like milking the tits off those of you.
No, you know we need, speaking of milk, we need Milky Holmes. Let's get Milky Holmes in English.
We don't.
We have enough
we have the freaking demo decks for no reason. Like, give us Milky Holmes.
That's all I need.
Yeah, the crappy demo decks.
We can't embrace the troll. We need Shin-Chan.
Oh yeah, Shin-Chan would actually be good.
Shin-Chan was one set, and Shin-Chan had I think it was a pretty popular English dub.
Yeah,
so
yeah, it has like so many
maybe there's a chance for Shin-Chan to come over. It's too old, but I mean, if Haruhi can happen, anything can happen apparently. Like, whenever you think, oh, this set's too old, just look to Haruhi and just think, well, that dinosaur made it. I have hope in this world for Shin-Chan now. Bring Shin-Chan in November. Go ahead, bring it.
Could you imagine those butts on the field though?
Or those little
penises? Everything. Just get
a little elephant
get
penis.
Get it all. Print us our action bastard or action
2 Soul 10. Yeah.
Print that guy. Make him unlimited. Shin-Chan will dominate.
Okay, that'd be a good segue for our next question is, do you guys think we should get an English ban list?
Oh, dang it, this controversial question.
Because everyone complains about, like, unrestricted Kantai, and I think, like, especially now that I see it, like, Kantai is really unfair, like, unrestricted, especially in English.
I'm gonna say no, honestly, because of the sets coming out in the next couple of months. It's gonna make it Kantai a little bit less as, less dominant than we think it is. I know, like, a lot of people think, Kantai is super overpowered because of all this, like, it says no to everything.
Yeah.
But honestly, with Idol Masters, even Fate, and now SAO, I honestly think that it's not as bad to look at it like that. I think that the cards are going to power creep, and eventually it's all going to be even. I don't think we have to really worry about anything.
I kind of agree with that. The only thing I don't like about the way English is doing things right now is what they did with Nisekoi, where they just, like, put down this, like, complete, like, ban hammer where they just completely rewrite and route of the card to a completely different, like, effect. And, like, that is bad for the card.
It's censorship. It's censorship.
That in general is what put Nisekoi in a really bad spot in the English meta. Like, if they would have, like, if we had a ban list in English, and I'm not saying we should, I'm just saying that the way the English Bushiroad is handling some of these cards right now is not so good.
Yeah.
And they would be stuck in a corner, obviously, because since we don't have a ban list, we can't just print that card as is and like have people run rampant with 4 copies of it or whatever. Like,
yeah.
So like I understand why they changed the card, but at the same time, I feel like a ban list would make it so that like we didn't have these drastic changes where some sets just got unfairly pushed down in their tier because of like English having to like censor them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not saying we should have a ban list. Like, I feel like in its current form, English Weiss does not have enough sets to have a ban list.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be my final thought there.
The only thing,
it's like give it like a few years. If Weiss Schwarz is still going strong in English in a few years, and there's issues, then yes, there should be a ban list. But right now, there's like not enough sets.
If we got Tularu, let's say something like that, and Kantai is still that much of a problem, then yeah, we need a ban list.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like the English pool is like testing for like a different environment.
I see English format as like the perfected like Bushy Road format that they wanted, because like how they just get to control our cards that we don't get.
I mean, but if you get Attack on Titan, kind of was the opposite.
Yeah, we got Attack on Titan first before.
At the same time, it's like I kind of want to see English Bushy Road make some more like English unique sets. Like I think that'll get people really excited.
Yeah, English
but at the same time,
stuff.
they kind of a little too powerful.
Yeah.
Like clearly they were translated weirdly in Japanese, so there was some sort of issue with them.
I mean, how do you guys feel like when I play with Kantai? Like I restrict you guys from healing and restricting from salvaging. I mean,
I kind of got numb to Kantai at this point. like I don't know. Like I don't care. Like once you play against Kantai enough, like just
it's
attack
definitely
them.
Beatable. Yeah.
Just freaking squish them. Like the only thing that's gonna like the only thing that sucks is like Akagi's really hard to deal with. Like that's my biggest issue. Like Akagi gets way too big. That's what I don't like.
And Compass.
But like
Compass is annoying.
like anti-heal. Okay, fine. That's fine. Compass. And even so, Compass like. You can whiff pretty bad with Compass.
I've even like when I get Compass
and
off.
You, like,
I there's a lot of times I mill 2 climaxes with Compass, which
is and then you take a shit ton of damage. But like it's not like a money counter or like something that completely nullifies the damage. Like there is a piece of chance to it. It's still an insanely good card because it only costs 1.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that Kantai. It's what it is. Like you're gonna play a lot of it, get used to it.
You just have to play around.
There's no real point in complaining about it at this point because you gotta just wait for the future, see what happens. Like right now, yeah, it's annoying. So
I mean,
just learn how to play. When there's only one real thing being played, like yes, a lot of sets don't have the utility to get around it. That sucks. So it'll be good to see some like nice English sets pop up, which I'm sure people will be very refreshed to get Cinderella Girls because it's going to be something that can actually hold its own in the meta right now, which is like the last 3 sets have not been able to hold their own.
Mm-hmm.
Like Love Live 2, I love Love Live, but that set it's got some weak cards. It's a very waifu build set. It's a for fun set,
especially with
got some good.
Sorry, especially with like the newer Love Live cards, like it's like the effects they want you to like play waifu builds, like if.
Yeah, but with Skeletal Festival 2 and the movie set, it feels like it's gone back to a more general...
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like they tried that for, like, one set.
Yeah.
And there are some waifu cards, but, like that set was very lackluster. Like, obviously you need to print the set to get the rest of the Love Live sets, and I'm happy to get a Love Live set anyway. I'm still going to buy a crap ton of it because I'm obsessed with Love Live, but, I mean, it's a stepping stone. You gotta, like, take into account that in order to get some sets, you need to print other sets first.
So do you guys think, if you guys could, like, change, like, the English, Bushy Road in general, like, how would you improve it or you think it's fine as it is? Like, for me, I think if I was Bushy Road, I would start to try to release 2 sets like how they're doing in May, but, like, we should do, like, a support set and, like, a, new series set within the same month, so, like, people can still be happy, like, if they want to try something new, if they want to, like, get more support for whatever they're already building.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah. I think that the only reason that Bushiroad wouldn't be doing that right now is because like maybe they're afraid that if they put all this stock into this game and then like no one buys it, like I think the reason they're not releasing as many sets in English as I'm not saying no one buys Weiss Schwarz in America, but like obviously their buyer pool isn't as large as it is in Japan. So
yeah, and definitely with
there's just it's less safe to put so much resources into releasing something.
Yeah, especially with, like
do you really think they made a lot of money off Nisemonogatari and off of Haruhi? Like, I mean, yeah, there are fans who really like it, but at the same time, we already know what these cards do.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
It's like, yeah, I bought Nisemonogatari because I like the series and I want to support the series that I like and the game that I like. But like, I'm not gonna buy like a case of a set that I know isn't that good.
Yeah.
Like, if Monogatari second series comes out, yeah, sure, I might buy a case of that. It's a good set. The SPs are worth a good amount of money. And, like, it's one of those sets where you will plus pretty hard when you buy your cards.
Enrique, do you have any things you would like to say if you could improve the English format?
Improve? No. I mean, I already know where I stand on English. I don't really support it anymore.
I feel like English is rarely looked down upon, though, because, like, how the fact we're so limited to sets. And, like, it's just, also, like, with our logos, we've adapted to JPN just because, like, a lot of us are, like, sick and tired of just seeing, like, AOT and Kantai, so, like, we should just, like, play JPN.
It's boring. There's not enough sets.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look at this. They're releasing dinosaurs. How are we supposed to play?
Yeah.
Like, how are we supposed to take you seriously when you're releasing Haruhi? It's 2015 or when they released that, or 2016 when they released that.
It's like
it's not doing anything. Yeah. Stop releasing stuff that's not doing anything.
English Wishy Road is like
you're
literally
increasing the card pool, but there's still only 3 good sets.
It's like English Wishy Road is like literally like taking a big shit, and it's like, here, you have 30 minutes to do something. Get to work.
Okay, Nisemonogatari, I understand if they're going to release the next set. Haruhi, these 2 sets are not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll be mid-tier at best.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to believe one day I'll come back to English, but honestly, by the time it comes back to English, I'll still look back at the English sets and be like, it's not diverse enough because JP gets so many sets out in, like, such little time that I still feel like it's not going to be diverse enough.
And they get so many support with, like, comeback campaigns and stuff
like if you want to, quote-unquote, solve the English, like, Weiss Schwarz issue, then they need to start... They need to start, releasing more frequently. Mm-hmm. And I understand if they can't do that because of money and like, the market.
Yeah.
And they need to release sets that actually impact the meta.
Yeah.
Like, we need to... We're never going to catch up to the Japanese Weiss.
If, we just continue this way.
So, there's no, we need to, I think that they need to focus on releasing some newer sets.
That's why I wish, Weiss Schwarz...
Or if they want to... Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. I was gonna say that's why I wish Weiss Schwarz could be like Force of Will, where they do like simultaneous release.
That would be the dream.
Yeah.
That would be really good if we could catch up to the Japanese, but that's probably not gonna happen. But I just think that maybe if they don't want to release some new Japanese sets, do some sort of thing, try to make some more English exclusive sets, If they're going to be as good as Attack on Titan, then maybe English can have its own diverse meta that's completely different to the Japanese one.
I think some English exclusives would be good. We already have Erased, we have Gate, we have Bahamut.
Even Food Wars.
We have Food Wars.
There could be some
good enemies right now that they could throw out at us.
Yeah. I feel like Attack on Titan was a really good choice for the English, first English exclusive set because it's very popular over here. I feel like it's much more popular over here than it is in Japan.
A lot of American people are really into Attack on Titan.
There could be some really unique sets for English, if they wanted to do that. But I don't know if that was just a one-time thing or if they're considering doing it again. But it could be an interesting outcome if they ended up doing it again.
We need a Dagashi set. That's what we need.
My final question for you guys is, what can people at different levels of play learn from watching people play? So, when we had our Pinellas group, Jonathan was bringing up a point where, we should start seeing each other play more so we could, help each other out. Do you think that's ideally, what players in general should be doing? I think so.
Yeah, I think it's good to have, new players watch, some, competitive... formats of play because when you're new, let's be honest, a lot of people get into this game because of the source material.
Yeah.
like it's an anime game and you can build your favorite character in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's fun. Like,
I remember when I first started and I was playing Mitchell with like my Persona trial deck, and like I was like really hyped on and like trying to just get out my level 3 and just like trying to like swing for solo. Like even though like I wasn't like really into like the whole mechanics and like how I should like strategically win, but it's just like it's you slowly adapt into Weiss Schwarz, I'd say.
Yeah, I think it's a very unique game.
Mm-hmm.
The mechanics are not of the norm when it comes to card games. Like, you don't deck out, you don't...
I mean, like, there's this argument where, like, I think even the owner said of Weiss Schwarz, like, the game is meant to be casual, but I still think, like, there is a very good, like, skill that you need in order to play this game. Like, if you want to win, at least.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I definitely agree. Like, there are a lot of, like, tips and tricks that you just wouldn't expect to be in the game. Like, there are, like, really nice little things you can pull off that are kind of cool when you do. Like, there are a lot of clock tricks, and, like if you have, like, a clock encore and you need to push yourself up, and, like, you've got all these cards that can push you up to damage so you don't miss out on a whole, like, turn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are times where you'll be, like, level 0 and you'll have, like, nothing in hand that can really, like, be played, but...
I mean...
Or, like...
So,
there's
sorry.
a lot of things you can do, honestly.
I mean, there's going to be some games where you open up with, like, 3 climaxes and, like, you draw into more climaxes, and those are going to suck, but, like, you just have to, like, learn how to, like, adapt to that and, like, try to, like, do the best that you can.
Yeah, it's definitely tough to come back from that, but there are ways to do it. Like, that's why there are spammable brainstormers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are lots of ways to push yourself through, and like, there really are some interesting things you can do with the cards in the game. It's a unique game. That's what I like about it.
And, like, I mean, as a player, if that would happen to me, like, I try my best to, like, hand fix and stuff like that, but, like, if I'm going to tourney scene, I will try not to, like, make it obvious, like, oh my god, I opened up with, like, 3 or 4 climaxes.
You want to kind of hide that, because your opponent, if they know, like, they'll just soul rush you.
Yeah, you want to play,
and then you actually will lose, and then you'll get all, like, you can get frustrated, because it's like, well, then that's not fair. They just soul rushed me. Well, I mean, you just gotta try to like keep yourself a little more calm when you get into a situation like that.
Just try to play like how you normally do, and just like try to play like a climax.
Oh my gosh! Don't name drop like that.
Wait, what would you? Yeah, try to.
Nah, he knows. We love.
But yeah.
It happens to everybody. People have bad days with Weiss Schwarz. Like, it's a thing.
There's tons of times where like I scrub out with like my.
Like the game where I. With every single game in that tournament day, I would trigger 3 salvage triggers, and then I would just lose all my climaxes right before a crucial turn.
Yeah, Weiss Schwarz is weird. So, like, some days you just scrub out.
Yeah, your deck just hates you sometimes. It's brutal.
Like the other day when you couldn't beat me with Girlfriend Beta for like 5 games in a row.
Yeah,
on my guilty count.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is inherently a luck-based game, and yeah, sometimes a trial deck can beat like a full-fledged deck. Like, it happens.
Yeah. But that's what makes the game so fun.
I mean, to be fair, if you have a crappy deck and, like, you draw really bad in any card game, sometimes a crappy deck can beat you.
Yeah, it's like any other game, like in, like, Magic. Like, if you open up with, like, less lands, or if you open up, like, so many lands, or, like, Yu-Gi-Oh!, like, you just open up with shit, then, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't even have a mulligan, so...
Yeah.
Like, at least there's a mulligan in this game.
Yeah, I feel like Weiss
I
Schwarz...
would kind of prefer if Weiss's mulligan was shuffle, but I mean...
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it helped mitigate the climax problem a lot. And,
yeah, I feel like people would be a little calmer if, like, you didn't have to, like, just dump 5 climaxes and then draw 3 more. Oops, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like in general, like, Weiss Schwarz mechanics, I feel like some days it's gonna suck, but also I feel like being able to clock yourself and draw 2 cards, that's like a very good mechanic, I think.
Yeah, the draw system in this game is insanely helpful.
I mean, you need to have a hand, or else like you're just gonna constantly clock yourself. But like, just being able to constantly draw cards, every turn is good.
It's a really strong option. Like, no other card game lets you do it, and I do think that's because it's kind of a casual game, but it's unique. That's what I like about it. Like, really.
So, to conclude, do you guys think this discussion, did you guys enjoy this discussion, like, personally?
Oh, no, I hated it. No, it was good to talk about.
Yeah, I was watching anime the whole time.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding. No. Yeah, it's definitely good. I think it's good to finally have some like actual like conversation about this instead of like trying to do it in the car, like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely like good for like laundry videos, like when you just want to fold your laundry and you want to hear like people talk.
Yeah, I always just listen to like audio only videos while I'm doing like menial tasks.
I started listening to yoga.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was good to reflect on this stuff, and it's gonna be nice to have like lengthy conversations about everything like new that's coming out.
Yeah, and it's always
like,
good
it'll
to
really
hear.
Help us like not only like people who want to listen, but like it'll help us like really think about what we're like facing really.
Yeah, it's good to hear other people's like perspective on like the game and like just what they think of sets in general. Because like I might not care about like Nisemonogatari or something, but like it could mean a lot to someone else. So
yeah, definitely. Because like obviously I love the series, so I'm gonna buy the set no matter how bad it is.
Yeah.
And I mean, when you really like devote yourself to a set that's not that good, I mean, you can still learn what's good and what's not good in it. Like you learn a lot about the set. Like it's interesting to just kind of like look through all the cards and like be like, well, this is actually a pretty good card for the set. This is a pretty good card. It's pretty
a good example is Kill a Kill. Like it somehow still managed to see like topping in like English meta.
It's like such a like elusive force. Like it disappears and reappears like the wind.
There's only one set for it too. So
like it's like one of those really weird sets. It's like a Fate type set or something where like it's really good, but it's just like either no one plays it. It's kind of like Miku too. Like no one plays it, but it's good.
It's a rogue deck. Yeah.
It's hard to get a hold of too, to my knowledge at least.
Very hard for English at least.
Very interesting, but I think we did go through quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you for listening to us talk for like, I think it was like an hour and a half plus.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.